Garrison Matthews. The big man at 7 foot 0 inches. Number 27, Alex Len. The other forward, standing 6 foot 8, number 8, Rudy Hachimura. At point, at 6 foot 3 inches, number 4, Russell Westbrook. At guard, number 3 from the University of Florida, let's hear it for your Washington Wizards!
Broadcasting live, 2K Sports presents the NBA. It's Monday night. This is Kevin Harlan, and beside me, Greg Anthony and Steve Smith. David Aldridge joins us on the sideline. DA, take it away.
Kevin, thanks very much. The Wizards have struggled the last couple of years, so some people were surprised that Bradley Beal signed an extension there. Beal said, "Today, a lot of stars want to team up. No knock, but I'm a firm believer in sticking with what you got. If I win a championship in D.C., that'll hold way more weight than if I just left and tried to get one." Kevin?
Oh, I love that story. David, thank you. And a look now at San Antonio's upcoming schedule. On Wednesday, they'll face off against Jimmy Butler and the Miami Heat. And then on Friday, they're off to Boston to take on the Celtics.
And looking at the Utah matchup, it's a chance for them to come out and knock off the top dog in the league. A win there can be a big step forward for this team.
A look at the San Antonio Spurs opening lineup. Johnson is out there with Jakob Poeltl. Then it's DeRozan. Then there's DeJounte Murray. And it's White in at the 2. And for the Wizards, we've got Matthews, Rui Hachimura out there with Alex Len. Then there's Bradley Beal. And it's Westbrook in at the point guard position. And the Spurs start out with the ball. We have an awesome backcourt battle tonight, Steve. Let me ask, are we in a guard-centric league right now?
We are, Kevin. I mean, we've always had great guards, and they lead you through championships with their leadership and their play, along with the big guy. But what's happening right now, Kevin, the big man is playing like a guard. The skill level of these 7-footers to be able to shoot threes, dribble, pass. So it does seem like a guard-centric league right now because everybody can play that position.
The San Antonio Spurs able to put the first points up on the board. Land against Johnson. And Poeltl sends it back. White up top. He's covered by Matthews. Westbrook with the block. So for the Wizards, their last game a win against Cleveland. Here's the 3. And out of bounds as the Spurs gain possession. We have got to see that sensational mobile one block again.
And early in a game, these sorts of plays really can set the tone.
And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. Beal against DeRozan. Land with the block. They recover it. Nice shot by Poeltl. Here's Westbrook. 14 points from him the last game against Cleveland.
And some of the passes he threaded through the defense were just incredible. He made it look so easy.
Beal and DeRozan sends it back.
With that leaping ability of DeRozan, he can go get it.
And it's Murray, that time on the assist by White.
This is why you're trying to get him as many touches as possible. He's got the neck.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Westbrook uses the glass to finish the layup.
And I think the contact helps Westbrook. I mean, so competitive. This guy invites that bump.
Pass to White.
You want your bigs playing big. Rips it down in traffic.
Matthews scanning the floor. Outside Westbrook. Shot clock at 5. It's Beal on the wing. Over DeRozan. The shot by Beal, no good. Spurs leading by 4.
And Smitty, with DeJounte Murray, he's got great length at that guard position, and it can make him a menace defensively.
Yes, it does. DeJounte Murray is 6'4", but has a 6'10" wingspan. Still very young and learning about defense, but his instincts off the chart. He could end up being one of the premier defenders in the league by the end of his deal.
The Wizards shooting their first free throw of the night here.
One shot.
Hard to believe that Westbrook is in his 30s. Elite burst. He's still one of the more feared players for opponents.
Now here's White. He had 22 points in the win against the Pelicans in New Orleans. DeRozan against Beal. Pass to Murray. Pirtle trying to get open. Murray, no good.
I'm not sure what happened on that play. May have relaxed a little bit once he got to the rim.
Westbrook, no good. And Murray's got the ball here for the Spurs. Last time they met was in San Antonio.
Not a close contest either the last time they got together. Everyone in the rotation played solid, and the bench was the difference.
Great scoring output from that second unit. Such a luxury to have that extra ammunition.
And really a good job spotting his teammate near the bucket and then just pinpoint passing for the finish.
Matthews finds Beal. Back to Matthews. There's the pass to Westbrook. A floater. Tries again. And Pirtle pulls it down.
It's been a rough quarter for him. Can't seem to find any kind of rhythm.
White against Westbrook. Now White, he isn't playing a big part of their offensive scheme, averaging around 15.5 points a game.
I'm not sure the defense affected that shot. That was just a blown gimme.
Now here's Westbrook. After the miss from Derek White. Here's Hachimura. And Pirtle sends it back.
And when Hachimura is looking to score, it sometimes forces the D to get aggressive. Love the energy. And Hachimura's given name, Rui, means fortress in Japanese. And that's what he looks like out there. He's worked hard in the weight room, sports a solid frame with a terrific core and that great lower body strength.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He's off on the first.
And although he started playing the game later in life, Hachimura has picked it up well, and exciting young player to watch.
He hits the second from the line. Here's Murray. An 11-point game for him in the win against New Orleans. Passes to DeRozan. Shoots over Beal. And DeMar DeRozan the bucket on the assist by Murray. And you combine Hachimura's power with that 7'2" wingspan, Greg. He's physically built to succeed in a positionless NBA.
And add to that, Kevin, he's got solid athleticism along with a versatile skill set. Hachimura still needs to work on creating off the dribble, shooting the jump shot with consistency, but with his work ethic, there's a good chance he turns those into strengths.
Here's DeRozan following the basket by Russell Westbrook. Pass to Murray. Just 5 to shoot. Here's White. It's deflected.
He's kind of lost his way this period, having a hard time getting anything to go down.
And it's Westbrook missing. Spurs leading by 4. DeRozan with it. Matthews covering. Matthews against DeRozan. And good that time.
Right in the teeth of that defense, DeRozan explosive through contact.
The drive by Beal. And Pirtle sends it back. Here's Murray. The shot comes out. Westbrook with the nice D there. Pass to Hachimura. Goes up again, and Pirtle sends it back.
Gotta love the shot blocking ability of Pirtle. Wonderful timing right there.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
Wizards trail by 8. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. I know you appreciate this, Greg. So much of defense now is closing out on the three-point shooting and then protecting the rim. Consequently, pull-up jump shooters are super valuable. And there are a lot of good ones in the NBA right now.
No doubt about it. And Kevin, you know, you think about a few guys. James Harden, I mean, he shoots that step-back 3, but he's a guy that, because of his ability to utilize your inability to defend that three-pointer, Kyrie, Dame Lillard, those are some guys. Chris Paul still as good as anybody in that mid-range area. C.J. McCollum. These are guys that have really feasted and carved out a nice niche for themselves in the NBA because of that ability to take and make jump shots.
Man, I love that list. You're right on it. So San Antonio goes with a fresh 5 on the floor. And he's good on the second. And Walker's got the ball here for the Spurs. 7-point differential. They defeated the Pelicans in their last game.
Yeah, I think they prepared to face more defensive pressure, and that one didn't happen, and boy, they just rolled.
They came in focused and ready to play, and despite facing little resistance, they never pulled back.
And Washington has possession after the basket by San Antonio. Bertans, the pass to Lamb. Gay with the block.
A pretty good defender. Gay using that 7'3" wingspan well. Get that shot out of here.
Outside, Walker. Back to Mills. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Gay. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Spurs lead by 11.
And what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
They came in prepared, focused, and really jumped on the other team early. And at a certain point, you just have to look to someone else to score for you.
The pass to Mills from deep. Doesn't go for him. And it's Washington the other way. Coming into this having notched a win against Cleveland in their last game.
Well, it helps when your opponent makes that many mistakes. I thought that was the story of the game.
There were some unforced errors, but they also created some mistakes through their intensity on both ends.
Defensively, they've been a step slow here to start.
Neto surveying the floor. Passes it to Bertans. Good on the triple.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Spurs leading by 10. Now here's Mills. No points in the game yet for him. Washington with the rebound. Here's Neto. Mills with the steal. Left side Walker. Pass to Vassell. Bertans grabs the board. Washington's gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Pass to Neto. To the middle. Mills with the steal. In transition. Here come the Spurs. And the basket by Vassell. And the Spurs lead by 12.
And you can see their strategy coming in. They want to control the paint.
This is my type of approach. Get some high percentage looks. Then later, you can play inside out.
So timeout called here, the first for Washington. And Mills in the NBA for over a decade now, GA, but he still has incredible speed that's key to his game.
And Kevin, with Mills, that end-to-end speed doesn't get shown off too often. In the half court, though, he does a great job of creating looks for himself, accelerates off of screens, can still leave a defender in the dust when he turns it on.
So for the Wizards, Daniel Gafford's checked in for Alex Len, and it's Bell in for Bertans. The pass to Neto. Back to Smith. And the rejection by Jang. Outside, Walker. We've got 1:48 left here in the opening quarter. Gay dishes to Walker. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Here's Neto, still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Smith outside. Pass to Beal. Clock at 6. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Oh, man, still a goose egg for him in the scoring column.
Here's Walker. That's tipped. Here's Jang. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Now here's Beal. Against Cleveland, he was really on his game. Good.
Can't let Beal get that comfortable because he's so efficient once he gets in that area.
Here's Vassell, and he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time, the whistle blowing. And the foul goes against Washington. It's his first trip to the line. And he makes the first. San Antonio making a switch here. Eubanks is checked in. And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
Outside, Beal. And, you know, we often talk about Beal's skill set and his finesse. He can play a very physical game as well, Greg.
He doesn't have a choice. I mean, he had 4 brothers who all played football in college, so he kind of grew up around the physicality. And you can also tell Bill's taking his strength and conditioning seriously, especially after having the lower body injury issues earlier in his career.
Shooting 2.
And that one falls for Beal.
And quite simply, Beal is an all-NBA player in our league, a multi-dimensional guard who does many things well, especially scoring the ball.
And both free throws good for Beal. Spurs leading by 14. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Mills with it. He's against Smith. And the shot is good.
Building up a big early lead, they have taken charge of this game.
Play calling has been fantastic. They've been a step ahead of the defense since the opening tip.
Beal against Gay. Fires for three. That shot missing. So as we end the first quarter, already a double-digit ball game. Spurs out in front, up by 16. We'll be back shortly, live from Washington. And we chatted with Bradley Beal recently, who touched upon the joys of playing at home.
Being yourself, being in your own comfortable setting, and then an arena packed full of your own fans rooting and cheering you on. That's constant motivation and just energy, that puts us into this mindset that we have to win at home.
Gray, it goes without saying just how important playing at home is.
It's a matter of pride, making your opponent feel uncomfortable. Two advantages that erode when you lose in your own house.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And a comfortable margin for the Spurs here, guys.
I love their effort, contesting shots, trying to intimidate here early on.
And you can see it's already having an impact. It can cause shooters to think twice.
On the court for San Antonio here in the second. We've got Rudy Gay, and it's Eubanks in at the center position. Here's Neto. A 14-point game for him in the win against Cleveland. Here's Beal. And he overshot that one, missing.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
Here's Vassell, covered by Smith. And it's Rudy Gay with the three. Gay's got 5.
Doing his part to help stretch the defense. Gay looking confident from range.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Pass to Smith. Shoots over Mills. Smith, no good.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Here's Vassell, covered by Smith. Smith with the defensive effort. Pass to Neto. Back to Smith. There's Beal with the three. And another miss by Washington.
The struggle is real. He's been way off with his shot all evening long.
Mills with it. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Ish Smith. That is his first foul of the game. Hachimura, he's checked in for the Wizards. Russell Westbrook comes in for Smith. And San Antonio also making a switch. DeRozan's checked in. Mills looking it over. Rudy Gay on the wing. 5 to shoot. Over Bell. San Antonio again missing. Wizards trail by 21. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. And yes, it's good. 9 points in the game so far.
Absorbing contact so well. I mean, you really got to hit Westbrook if you want to stop him from scoring.
Mills passes to DeRozan. Here's Gay. The tray. It's rebounded by Neto. 3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter. It's Bell, top of the key. Now the pass to Hachimura. Nice ball movement by Washington. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
And a chance here to look at the numbers for Neto. He's putting up about 8 points a game, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. Nothing about his numbers really jump out at you, but he'll come up with a timely play or two every game.
He understands his role. He accepts it. He's one of those guys who doesn't need the ball to be effective.
Now here's Walker. DeRozan on the wing. Shoots over Hachimura. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. DeRozan's got 6.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Bell. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
Great activity by Bell, showing some muscle and willing it home.
Mills passes to Gay. Here's Eubanks. Here's DeRozan. Second shot opportunity, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And here's a look at some stats for Westbrook. The past month has been surreal. First in assists, third in rebounding, and he's right up there in the top 20 in scoring. Certainly a force to be reckoned with offensively.
And we're talking about the ultimate competitor here, leading the league in assists, maximizing every possession. He just tears apart a defense. And the first one drops. When you look at the balance of power between players and teams, Greg, does it feel like the players now have more say, more control than they used to?
No doubt. We're seeing more players demand trades, sign shorter contracts with opt-outs. And the irony of that is, in my era, our best players were fearful for the length of their contracts or the life expectancy of their careers, believe it or not. And these guys today, they understand their value. They know what they bring to the table, and they are utilizing that to the max.
And is that good, Greg, for the game?
I think so. I do think most guys want to win, and they understand that their legacies are going to be defined about whether or not they do.
Spurs leading by 19. And here's White. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Love how active Derek White is on offense. Good at making defenders question their decisions.
The Spurs shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And as a unit, they're shooting 78% from the line. That's a solid number to work with on the season.
And that one falls for White.
He was barely recruited out of high school. Derek White's story is inspiring. He's someone that never gave up on his dream.
Pirtle, he's checked in for the Spurs. And both free throws good for White. Now Westbrook. He's got 11. Passes it to Hachimura. Back to Westbrook. Murray with the defensive effort.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Great open look there. White's got 9.
I mean, that's a nice find by Murray. He has the height to see the floor, and his awareness continues to grow.
Westbrook passes to Matthews. Now here's Westbrook. He's a solid producer, averaging nearly 22 points a game. Just 5 on the clock. And Pirtle pulls it down. Pirtle's got 5 rebounds tonight. White finds Johnson. And Johnson with the stuff.
Rely on Derek White for good feeds. He plays unselfish heads-up basketball.
Here is Matthews. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Westbrook, and the layup's good off the glass.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Westbrook against Murray. And it's in there. Murray's got his second bucket.
I like this from Murray. This is what the team needs from him. He's a catalyst.
Westbrook passes to Beck, and he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Now here's Murray. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. They get Russell Westbrook.
Good example of the new breed of point guards. Murray creates for himself as well as he creates for others.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
And on the season, he's just a shade under 80 from the line. I'll bet he'd like to get that up over that mark.
And he can't get the first one.
I can't wait to see Murray reach his full potential. Reason why? Because he has a lot of it.
Alex Len's checked in for Jordan Bell. Gorgie Dang's checked in for the Spurs. And the second free throw, good.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
Westbrook against Murray. Misses off the left iron.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
White dishes to Jang, and he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Jang's got 6.
Derek White is a combo guard who can get the ball to his teammates.
Westbrook passes to Matthews. Westbrook against Murray. Shoots from 14. Outside Matthews. That 3 off the mark. San Antonio's gone 2 of 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter. Matthews against White. Rejected by Len. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Greg, too early to start talking about MVP for this year? We're mid-season.
You know, we've gotten to a point now where we start talking MVP at the start of the season. You know,
yeah, right.
People just love to talk sports at this point, especially when it comes to the most prestigious individual awards out there. I think you can make a case and sway some opinions with your play this time of year, but I like to let it all play out before I start focusing on that.
Things can change in a hurry, can't they, in a season?
Yes, they can.
Like you say, let it play out. And he makes both free throws. Well, here you sit, Smitty, at the broadcast table. Is there anything you notice about the game now that you didn't notice when you were playing?
Yes, Kevin. I mean, seriously, I did not know how much Kevin Harlan ate between games and during games. It is unreal. The before, the during, and after. You are a champ, Kevin, to be able to eat that much and to do your job.
Now, here's Matthews. After the miss from Derek White. And it's Westbrook. That time on the assist by Matthews. Matthews has got 3 assists tonight. Westbrook against Murray. Rebound, Washington. Westbrook's got 6 rebounds here tonight. And it's Hachimura in the corner. Westbrook with it. He's got 18. Pass to Bertans. He gets it in there. Bertans got 5.
Love the attitude of Westbrook. Continues to improve at running the offense and finding ways to create opportunities for his teammates.
Here's DeRozan. Again, the miss by the Spurs. Wizards trail by 20. Pass to Hachimura. Got a piece of it. Here's Len. Rebound by Murray. Murray's got 4 rebounds in this game. Out to White. Lets the 3 fly. Unable to get that one. Now Washington takes it the other way. They'll face the Lakers after this one. That'll be at home. That'll be the last of 3 straight at home for the team. Hachimura finds Matthews. Back to Hachimura. DeMar DeRozan grabs the board.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the Heat.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And a chance here to check out some stats for Russell Westbrook.
He stepped up his game on the glass big time this month. His numbers are outstanding, but even if the numbers weren't there, his activity in the paint has been incredible. His hard work is paying off, and they want more of the same from that young man.
Free throw good, Murray.
After having no trips to the free throw line in the first period, he's being much more aggressive now.
For the Wizards, Bradley Beal comes in for Rui Hachimura. And it's Ish Smith in for Russell Westbrook. And so Murray nails both of them. And here's Smith. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. The pass to Beal. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. It's blocked. Murray against Smith.
His inability to make shots has not brought this team down. That shows you their resourcefulness.
Swiped it away. Here's Vassell. That's good for his 3rd bucket. Now 3 for 6 from the field.
No hesitation. He just takes off and takes it the distance.
Yeah, he's a one-man show in transition. Impressive play, taking it right to the rim.
Yeah, heard the whistle and then kept his focus and able to still knock it down.
The Wizards have gone 7 of 9 from the free throw line tonight.
And as a team, really just middle of the pack in terms of their percentage from the line at about 76.
Daniel Gafford's checked in for the Wizards. The Spurs also with the sub. Rudy Gay's checked in for Johnson.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
The free throw off from Smith.
You know, the way he plays the game, he's always in attack. This is the one area I think he definitely has to improve on in his career. Ish Smith is knocking down free throws.
Vassell, the pass to Chang, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
That's his 2nd personal foul.
Your son, Cole Gregg, was one of the top high school players in America. A lot of services had him number 1. Talk about what it was like going through the recruiting process as a dad.
You know, it was fun for the most part because he really kind of kept everything in perspective. And the teams we dealt with, the schools we dealt with, man, they were all top-notch. So that process, about as enjoyable as one could ask for. But at the same time, it's still stressful, man. That's still your little guy getting ready to head off to college.
Well, you're a dad and a proud one at that. And Zhang drops them both. 1:31 left in the first half of basketball. Passes it to Gafford. Bertans with the ball. He lobs up the alley-oop pass, trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Spurs passing it around. It's blocked. 1:06 left in the first half. Gay against Matthews. Over Jang. And no good. Trying to use the glass.
Not sure if that's the shot you were looking for, but it's a fairly clean look. Almost have to take it.
There's 38 seconds left here in the second. Here's DeRozan. That's in, and that's his 4th basket of the night. He's taken 7 shots, a solid 57%.
DeRozan has such good body control that it's very difficult to disrupt his shot with contact.
Here's Gafford. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Cleveland.
He was a shot-blocking nightmare out there. 4 blocks on the game and some alter shots as well.
Beal's shot is good.
Just a late reaction there from the defense, and he is always going to finish that one.
DeRozan against Beal. DeRozan surveying the D with 1 on the clock. So as we conclude the first half, so far fairly one-sided. It's the Spurs running away with it. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much. Pop, how did you keep their offense down in the second quarter?
I thought missed a couple of shots. They missed some easy shots. So they helped us a great deal. So we were pretty fortunate that quarter.
Pop, thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, for that interview. And we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Program. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. It's San Antonio out on top at halftime. You look at the Spurs the last few decades, they've been a model franchise. Kenny, how did this team have such sustained success?
The San Antonio front office has been fantastic, Ernie, for years. Think about it. They've won a ton of awards for their offensive performance as a franchise, not just as a team.
You know, drafting a star like that goes a long way. Popovich has built a culture of winning, and it's stuck.
Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the start of the third quarter.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. Well, you look at Russell Westbrook in this game, he has been everywhere.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
This is his challenge, to continue to dominate, to help them try to close strong here in the second half.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. And it's Westbrook with the ball. He brings it up for the Wizards. Bradley Beal is out there with Russell Westbrook. Then it's Rui Hachimura. Then it's Alex Len, and it's Matthews in at the 3 slot. That's the group for Scott Brooks getting going here in the second half. Here's White following the bucket by the Wizards. Johnson finds Pirtle. Westbrook against Murray. Second chance shot. Pirtle's shot is off.
I mean, you won't see this too often. Getting denied at the rim. He's likely to remember that one.
And it's good, 2 points. Westbrook's got 4 points now in the quarter.
The quick thinking of Westbrook, sensing separation and electing to go right up with it.
And it's good for 2.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Westbrook kicks to Matthews. Beal against DeRozan. Outside, Beal, 6 to shoot. Here's Len, and that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
Effort play, pursuing the basketball. Love how he puts in the work.
DeRozan passes to Johnson. Back to DeRozan. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Got to be on the lookout for Pirtle crashing the glass, using his body to wreck the defense on the boards.
Beal against DeRozan. It's Westbrook with the drive. Oh, and the jam by Westbrook.
Hey, dunks aren't always for the big fella.
A serious power move from the point.
Forget just laying it in. He wanted to make a statement.
Now, here's DeRozan. He's got 8.
DeMar DeRozan's bread and butter. He has a great feel from the mid-range.
In one area, I don't think DeRozan gets enough credit. Shot creation. If this guy wants to get a decent look, he is more often than not going to get it.
Greg, the reason why he has a great combination of speed and strength. DeMar DeRozan is comfortable pulling up on a drive or going all the way to the rack. You don't put up the numbers DeRozan has in his career without being elite at shot creation.
To the paint, here's Len, and he makes that one. Len's got 6 points in the quarter.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
DeRozan against Beal. DeRozan's shot is good.
Shooting at a high clip, he's found ways to get quality looks.
For Washington, they've gotten 6 of their 7 shots to go down in this quarter. What a fantastic start to the half. Murray against Westbrook, and he gets it to go. Westbrook's got 26.
And this team's struggles are not his fault. He's putting in work at the offensive end.
With the floater, Pirtle tipped back in for 2.
Hard work and soft hands, guys. That's what made that play possible.
No simple offensive rebound there. Going for the tip in. And here we go. Murray heading to the hoop. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. They get Russell Westbrook.
Lightning quick with length. Murray's most dangerous when he's putting the ball on the floor.
He's made 3 of his 4 free throw attempts in the game.
2 shots.
Shooting 2.
First one falls for him. Washington making some changes. Jordan Bell's checked in for Alex Len. And Raul Neto's subbed in for Matthews. The Spurs also changing it up. Eubanks is checked in. And it's Lonnie Walker in for Derek White. And so Murray nails both of them. The Wizards have gotten nearly everything to drop this quarter. They're 7 of 8 from the floor since halftime. Here's Westbrook. And too long on the shot.
Missed opportunity. It's a makeable shot for him. He just can't get it to go.
Walker the pass to Murray. And he comes up with the deuce. Murray's got 4 points in the quarter.
Finding a soft spot in the belly of that defense. Murray taking full advantage.
Feeds it to Bell. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Skying high, one of his advantages as an undersized 4.
Murray surveying the D. Pass to DeRozan. Now here is Pirtle. Good. And it's DeRozan picking up the assists. And 12 points for Jakob Pirtle. Beal against DeRozan. A baseline J. Rebounded by the Spurs.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Murray the pass to Eubanks. And And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
And there's the strength we talk about with DeRozan, converting through contact. Absolutely terrific.
And you watch DeRozan play, he still has that explosiveness. Great first step out of the triple threat position. Can switch directions on the go. Is still a handful to slow on the perimeter.
The Spurs making a switch here. Mills is checked in.
One shot.
That's good from DeRozan. Greg, with the explosiveness you talked about with DeRozan, it helps that he finishes so well when he gets to the rim.
And maybe not what he once was, but he is still an elite level athlete. Doesn't only have to drop the hammer when he gets to the rim either. Very smooth at adjusting mid-flight to finish at the rim. Definitely not pleased with their rebounding at the defensive end. The number of putbacks they've allowed has been terrible. I'm sure that's what he's going to address during this timeout.
Well, as we come down the stretch this season, these are the big men having the most success from the floor since the All-Star break. Second, Robin Lopez. Jakob Poeltl, fourth.
And it's one thing to be able to create high-quality shots for yourself, but you still have to finish. And there's no doubt all those guys can do both.
Every one of them possesses a great touch around the basket. When they receive the ball in good position in the paint, it is just about automatic.
And the dunk by Hachimura.
And we continue to see Beal improve as a playmaker. Beautiful pass there.
Pass to Mills from outside the arc. The shot's good on the assist by Walker. Mills has got 5.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Here's Westbrook. San Antonio with the rebound.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
Poeltl. Good D by Bell. And Patrick Mills gets that whistle that time. That's his first foul. And now let's revisit that exceptional mobile one block.
And that's what a team needs when they're trailing. Energy on D.
Daniel Gafford's checked in for Hachimura. And so it's Beal. He'll bring it up for the Washington Wizards. Here's Westbrook, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
The absolute fearlessness. It's why we love Westbrook, just getting after it and drawing the contact.
3 trips to the line so far for him in this one.
He struggled mightily at the free throw line in their last game.
2 shots. Relax on the first.
That free throw, no good. Good on the second free throw. Now Mills. 5 points in the game. Outside, Walker. From the stripe. Here's Pirtle. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Really like the work inside from Pirtle, using his body well to draw the contact on his way up.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That one is off.
What you love about Jakob Pirtle is his size, a 7-footer who plays hard on both ends of the floor.
And he sinks the second. Wizards shooting around 40% from the floor here. Westbrook dishes to Bell. Back to Westbrook. You can't get that one. Walker with some nice D. San Antonio's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Here's Mills, and it's blocked. And it's out of bounds. The Spurs able to retain possession here. And Washington making a change here. Smith has checked in, and San Antonio with the change here too. Gorgie Dang's checked in for Pirtle. And there's the pass to Jang. And here's Mills for 3. Drops in the tray. Mills has got 6 in the quarter.
Not the most natural ball handler. This is what Mills prefers to do. Catch and shoot.
Left side, Beal. Oh, that's blocked. And they're able to recover.
Looking now at some numbers for Smith, breaking down his play since the All-Star break. He's averaging about 7 points a game, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds. Nothing about his numbers really jump out at you, but he'll come up with a timely play or two every game.
He understands his role. He accepts it. He's one of those guys who doesn't need the ball to be effective.
2.
No good on the free throw.
A high-level athlete who brings great energy. Bell still working on his skill set that could eventually earn him more minutes.
Yes, G.A., and you know this. As an undersized 4 in today's NBA, you have to play with a lot of energy to get playing time. They also want him to be able to shoot it better, pass it, and handle it a little bit better, and that will get him a lot of playing time. Bell has the work ethic to evolve, but it's a high bar to clear. Good defender, good rebounder, improving as a shooter. Bell gives you high energy, and he's only getting better since he's been in this league.
Good work there as it goes.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
That's his first personal foul.
The Wizards have made 9 free throws in the game, 14 attempts.
At the line for 2.
And he knocks down the first one. He hits both from the stripe. Now here's Mills. 10 points for him. And the foul on Daniel Gafford. And that'll be his third foul so far. The feed to Gay. The 17-footer. And it's San Antonio with another.
And they're getting points. They're getting stops. And this is how they'd like to play all the time.
Yes, when it's going good, it feels easy. These are the nights you relish, but they're tough to replicate.
Here's Gafford after Rudy Gay's bucket. Gafford passes to Beal. Off target from outside.
The thing is, you want to do everything you can to help your team, and sometimes you just try to do too much.
Got that bucket in no time at all. Walker's got 7 points.
Hard to imagine them losing this game if they can keep shooting like that.
Smith finds Neto. Wizards passing it around. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
The change of pace element that Smith brings, he's a tricky cover, which can lead to these kinds of fouls.
And he's just had 1 attempt at the line earlier. The free throw drops for Smith. Davis Bertans checks in for the Wizards. So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe.
And Smitty, with Rudy Gay, the long-time NBA veteran, Father Time might have taken away what he once was, but, boy, he still finds ways to contribute.
He does, G.A. Rudy Gay isn't the same scorer that he once was. But what I love about it, he's actually playing the power forward position more later in his career. He can still fill up the box score and also add a lot of rebounding. His passing has been underrated for a few seasons as well.
And so it's Beal who brings the ball up for the Wizards. Looking to get back on track here. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to be on Rudy Gay.
And the ability of Beal to just wear out the defense. At times, you almost have to foul him to stop him.
He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the game right here.
Two shots.
And the first one at the line is good. He's perfect from the line this time. San Antonio's gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% exactly. Walker surveying the floor. And it's denied. Smith left side. Outside, Beal knocks down the 3-ball. Beal's got 5 points now this quarter.
And he finally gets involved from beyond the arc. His first 3 of the game comes here in the second quarter.
Walker goes in, and he banks in the layup.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Smith kicks to Beal. 1:57 left in the third. Gay with the defensive effort. San Antonio's gotten going here in the second half from outside, nailing 3 of 4 from the arc.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Urginus, and finished off by Bertans.
Taking what the defense offers up, Smith with good vision there finds the open man.
Here's Mills. He's got 10. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him.
I don't know what Coach told him at halftime, but he is shooting the lights out right now. The veteran guard, Patty Mills, has spent the majority of his career with the Spurs. Mills is a fantastic weapon off the bench.
Looking at who's out there now for the Wizards. Len comes in for Daniel Gafford. And it's Matthews in for Raul Neto. Johnson, he's checked in for San Antonio. Derek White comes in for Walker.
One shot.
Free throw good, Mills.
And with Mills, no doubt his biggest talent, I think, is his outside shooting.
Yeah, we know it. He's going to stop beyond that arc and pull up. Every now and then he'll drive it. He's been a great shot shooter in his career. He knows what he's about, and he brings that energy night in and night out.
San Antonio's gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% exactly. And Mills kicks to Zhang. Spurs working the ball around now. Johnson attacking, and that one good.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Smith the pass to Len. Now Bertans. That one goes in. Bertans got 4 this quarter.
And they're showing much more focus here in the second half. More effort as well. And their offense starting to show signs of life.
It's stolen by Bertans. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Nice shot by Smith. Smith's got 5 points so far.
And they've really gotten on track here in the second half. After that shaky start, the field goal percentage steadily climbing. They couldn't make anything in that first break.
Mills with it. Beyond the arc. Offline. And so it's DeMar DeRozan making highlights for San Antonio. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. A chance now to hear Greg Popovich talking to his team just moments ago.
Everybody got to rotate, rebound, it's pace going back. It's attack, attack, attack. That's all it is.
Greg Popovich distilling it down to one simple concept. Be aggressive.
And guys, he knows this game so well. When they control momentum, the pace, they're much harder to beat.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. A moment now to reset the lineups brought to us by Gatorade, all fueled up here for the 4th quarter. On the court right now for the Spurs, we've got White. He's out there with Jones. Rudy Gay is out there with Gorgie Dang. And it's Zamanic in at the 4 spot. And San Antonio shooting an efficient 53% from the field. Here's White. And he converts the layup.
Derek shows the ability to run the floor. His coaches will appreciate that effort.
Smith with it. Jones covering. And the rejection by Jang. 18 feet out. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot.
And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range. Smith
outside, inside. Knocks it loose. It's stolen by Jones. White goes in, and White slams it in.
Playing under control, as usual. White takes the contact and completes the play.
Last year, LeBron, as we know, Steve, broke Derek Fisher's record for most postseason wins. Talk about the weight of that accomplishment.
You know, Kevin, let's take those two players. Start off with Derek Fisher. Give him a lot of credit. As a role player, he was on some great teams and contributed. Unbelievable to have that record. And then on the flip side, LeBron James was on some great teams, and he was the reason they were great teams because he's one of the greatest players of all times. Two different type of players, but both are very impressive.
And that one falls for White. And so it's Smith with it. He'll bring it up for Washington. And Matthews kicks to Smith. Passes to Bertens. Here's Hutchison. Got a hand on it. To the inside. Here's White. That will fall for his 7th bucket. 7 for 15 in this game.
A much different player here in the second half. He's taking advantage of what the defense allows.
Jones against Smith. Pass to Bertans. But they'll get another chance. Smith finds Matthews. Shot to stop the run. Hits the three-point bomb. Matthews has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Jones looking for an opening. Steve, if you were a GM and you could choose one player, who would you start your team with?
Right now, I think the perfect player to start your team off right now because of the way everything is going is Anthony Davis. He can play 1 through 5. Defensively, he can change a game. Offensively, he can play in and out. And he's just that fluid player that matches up with today's game.
And the Wizards with possession after the basket by San Antonio. And here is Bertans. Shot clock at 6. Here's Hutchison. Rebounded by the Spurs. Gay's got 6 rebounds in the game. Here's White, and it's blocked. Smith against Gay. Smith right side. Pass to Bertens. And the pass to Hutchison. No good on the triple. San Antonio's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. Here's White. Rebound by Smith. Washington's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. It's Matthews on the wing, defended by Jones. Here's Lopez, and Lopez throws it down.
Robin Lopez leaving nothing to chance there with the dunk.
Passes it to Gay. Bertans grabs the board. Bertans got 6 rebounds now in the game. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And Smitty, we see the success and the great talent level in the WNBA. Do you ever think we're going to see a woman on an NBA roster?
Well, Kevin, that's a good question. Let's look at the history of the game. We've had 2 women drafted, Denise Long back in 1969 and Lucia Harris in 1977. I will say this, Kevin, I do believe so. I think in my era, there's one player I got a chance to watch and play against that could have played for sure was Cheryl Miller.
Smith hits them both. Now Jones. Pass to Gay. Over Bell. And it's off the back rim. No good. Wizards have gone just 2 of 8 in this fourth quarter. The final quarter not treating them well so far. Here's Smith. And he uses the glass on the layup. Smith's got 4 points this quarter.
Is he skinny? You bet. But Ish with enough strength to finish through contact.
Jones, the pass to Eubanks. From beyond the arc, a three-pointer is right on target. Samanic has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Outside Westbrook. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And with the frequency of three-point shots skyrocketing, Greg, does the drastic change concern you? And should something be done to lessen the dependence these teams have on threes?
It's crazy. I mean, we're starting to see teams take more threes than twos. You know, some have said maybe limit fouls on three-pointers to only 2 free throws. That might eliminate some of the flopping on those long-range attempts, but I really feel like this is the evolution of the game, and that 3 is going to be vital.
Good on the second free throw. For San Antonio, they've gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the fourth and even 50%. Here's Jones. It's tipped. Now here's Westbrook. Basket good. Westbrook's got 12 points here in the second half.
Such a dynamic scorer. When Westbrook gets rolling like this, he's nearly impossible to contain.
Here's Vassell, covered by Smith. Sinks that one from the post.
He was able to simply lay it in over the top of the smaller man.
Westbrook dishes to Lopez. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And so he's picked up his final foul. And he will sit for the rest of this game. Lonnie Walker, he's checked in for San Antonio. And the new G League Pro Team, Smitty, signed a number of 5-star high school basketball players. How do you think this is going to impact the college game?
Well, I think it's going to impact it, Kevin. You miss out on those stars, for sure. But I think you'll get more guys that'll play 2, 3, 4 years in college, which will give college basketball more consistency.
That's good from Lopez.
You know, the energy Robin Lopez gives this team is fantastic. He really goes all out on both ends.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. And it's Jones with the ball for the Spurs. When this game is done, they'll be off to Miami to take on the Heat. That is game 3 of this 4-game trip. Gay up top, covered by Smith. And the basket is good.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
And this is what happens when you start to break your opponent's spirit. The resistance is no longer there.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high-percentage looks from inside.
Here's Samanic. And that one is good. Samanic has got 7 points for the quarter.
He's hot this quarter, getting the shots he wants, and he's delivering.
Here's Westbrook. Whistle blows. Bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
It's amazing. No one can check him right now, but there's still work to do to cut into this lead.
Steve, if you were playing in this era, how engaged do you think you'd be on social media?
Yeah, that's a great question, Kevin. I think a lot, because I think right now that's just the way this era communicates. And obviously there's some negatives to social media, but there's a lot of positive from a standpoint of being able to reach your fans, get your message out, especially what we've been going through in this time for our social injustice. But I also think there's a lot of marketing and branding opportunities through social media.
Now, here's Walker. And finished off by Walker.
And once he gets clear off the screen, there is no stopping him.
No, not when there's a flush waiting to happen.
That's a big-time move and a big-time finish.
Westbrook, and he lays it straight in. Westbrook's got 37.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
Outside, Walker, pass to Samanic. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Shooting for San Antonio, Luka Samanic. Taking 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. Hey, Smitty, Steve Kerr talked about how Michael Jordan scared his teammates into becoming better players. Would that kind of approach, you think, work today with players entering the league?
You know, I think you have to be careful, yes. But I think on a general, if you're looking at just a blank sheet of paper on how to get guys motivated, I think it takes his leaders, which it starts with ownership, management, coach, and best players. If they work hard and they see the blueprint that way, they usually follow.
Wizards have gone 7 of 13 from the field here in the 4th. Westbrook passes to Lopez. Wants to get it to Westbrook and does. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
They're still behind, but not because of his efforts. He's been unbelievable this quarter.
Here's Walker. Here's Samanic. Lopez with the block.
And that is the length of Robin Lopez on display.
And it's Westbrook, that time on the assist by Smith. Smith's got 3 assists in the game. Here's Samanic. 2 points, that one goes. Samanic has got 11 here in this quarter alone.
They have leaned on him all quarter, and it has worked to perfection.
Here's Westbrook. Rebounded by the Spurs. Gay's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Outside, Walker. Lets it go from deep. That one, no good. And the Wizards now going the other way. Near the 3-point line, it's Westbrook. They get it again. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Jordan Bell lacks some offensive polish, but the man's got an edge to him.
Jordan Bell at the line for 2.
Two.
The first one falls. Matthews, he's checked in for Smith. Spurs also with the sub. Zhang's checked in. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Here's Jones. The pass to Vassell. And that comes off the assist by Jones. And so it's Matthews with it, bringing it up now for the Wizards. Gay against Westbrook, shoots from the baseline, and it's Samanic with the rebound.
He looked just a little out of rhythm. He's still trying to establish consistency from there.
Kicks it out to Jones. Back to Gay. Passes it to Jang. Just 4 to shoot. He faded back on that one to give himself some room.
I like the extra pass. We know Rudy's a shooter first, but he also understands what this offense requires.
Westbrook against Gay. It's Westbrook with the drive. Pass to Bonga. Lopez outside. Washington needs to get a shot off here. Here's Bell. And again, Washington, no good.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Now here's Jones. Pass to Jang. Lets it go with a 3. The Spurs getting another chance here. Vassell, the pass to Samanic. 6 on the shot clock. The pass to Jang. The second chance effort. No good on the shot. And Washington the other way now.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance. And this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Spurs.
This was a very efficient offense tonight.
And they found a way to get their shots to go down. A little luck didn't hurt. A lot of their 50-50 shots fell their way.
And so taking a look at their season record, this will be win number 31 on the year.
A 2-game season series. They win them both and complete the sweep.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Jakob Poeltl.
When it comes to protecting the rim, there are numerous ways to do that. The most exciting of those, just send shots back. And that's what he did tonight in volume.
And here's Jang following the 3 from Rudy Gay. From downtown. That shot off the mark. Good D by Westbrook. And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thank you. DeMar, we know this team has offensive options, but it looks like there's great confidence defensively now.
Yeah, we have to be. That's what we got to do. If we play defense, we know we can score the basketball whenever we want. We just got to get stopped.
Very impressive, DeMar. Thank you. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.